My name's Don Senft. My wife and I own Natural Stoneworks. We've had the business for about 14 years. I kind of had Googled roofing companies, and Joyland had, several good reviews, and ironically, my accountant had some work done. She lives in Elizabethtown and had used Joyland, and she had positive comments. Through the years, there were simply Band-Aids put on our roof, and I knew it was time for a replacement. We had several leaks at different places, so I reached out to Joyland Roofing. John came out and gave a very detailed video along with photographs, what he saw on the roof.
I met Don in January. He called in and he's got his warehouse at the Natural Stoneworks with a bunch of leaks in the roof.
There had been different leaks, and the leaks would only happen when there was extensive rain, but it was in certain areas, and there was a drain pipe in the back of the building. It would always leak from there, and the roofers were never really sure whether it was at the drain on the roof or if that the drain was actually cracked going through the wall.
Leaking on both systems, the internal drains were leaking, water all over the place.
So there was those leaks, and then in our slab gallery, the roof started leaking onto the slabs, and it was causing an issue with staining some of the granite.
It has tarps and plastic draped over them all over the place. He's like, gosh, I'm tired of pushing these things around to try to keep them out of the leaks.
It was definitely time for the replacement. Our slab gallery is heated. However, it's not insulated, and that the roof that was up there didn't have much insulation on it, and what was insulated was probably soaked with water. So there were different options there.
Got the information I needed, went back, drew up a quote for him, and included some insulation options for him. I wasn't sure what he wanted at that point. And he's like, hey, what about this insulation thing?
As far as the insulation up top, and again, the warranty that came with that roof, I will not have to worry about it again in my lifetime.
Got in the system. He also opted for a 20-year no dollar limit warranty. I love offering that because it's not just me saying, hey, I'm going to do a good job and then I disappear, right? It's the manufacturer actually saying, we trust John. We know he does good work. We'll cover his workmanship for 20 years. Got everything fulfilled, and once we had signature and deposit, I think it was about 3 weeks until we could get everything on site and get the job done. So once we started the job, it was about a 3 or 4 day project.
The true test for us, probably, I guess it was maybe a week or so after it was done, we had extensive rain in the area, like almost up to 5 inches. So at that point, I knew it was going to be the true test of that roof. And there were absolutely no leaks. It was dry.
Happened the first big rain after I did the job there. I just called him up or sent him an email like, hey, how'd the roof hold up? Because I knew he had a bunch of leaks and the drains and stuff. He's like, hey, great, no problem.
Ironically, the roof in our fabrication shop had sprung leaks during that heavy rain. So John has since been out and has taken a look at that. And I am working with him on resolving that matter.
And then he said, hey, look, I actually do have another leak on another portion of the building. Could you come check that out? So I went out, and that's a steep shingle roof where, again, it's the details, man. The product almost never fails. This roof's like 10 years old. The shingles are flying off because the roofer went over an old layer of shingles instead of tearing them off.
Whoever installed this roof installed it over the old shingles. They didn't take the old shingles off, which is best practice, common practice. Shingles they use, they're not even adhered. These shingles should be stuck down tight. All across the system, they're totally loose.
It was cheaper, I'm sure, but here you are 10 years down the road and you're having to replace it again. And so we're working on that, and we'll see what happens.
For me, it was after John came out and spent time up on that roof and shared all the videos, the pictures, and his thoughts on what needed to happen up there.
Okay, Don, so we're up here on the roof just looking around. I want to show you kind of what we're seeing around here. Just want to show you kind of the condition and so forth. A lot of surface cracks like this where water's getting down through there. And so here we also see a bit of ponding with the edge up. I want to just build this up slightly so we get that water to run off as it should.
What really surprised me was the detail and the videos that he gave to back up what he was sending me in the quote, and the different options. He's starting another project with your company, and you know, I've been happy with all the results.